everybody, this is Dr. Scott, and I am making a quick mini lecture video that goes over your grammar concepts for week 1. So in week 1, we're talking about nouns, verbs, direct objects, and indirect objects. So what I am going to do is do some examples for you. So I have a couple sentences here, the first of which is Sarah ran the race. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about nouns. Now, nouns are people, places, and things. They can also be states of being, like things like emotions or things when it comes to nouns. So if I'm marking all of the nouns, so people, places, and things, if I read the sentence, Sarah ran the race, my people, places, and things, I have 2 of them. I see a person and I see a thing / could be a place. So I see Sarah, so I'm going to circle that in pink. So Sarah is a noun because she is a person. But I also have a second noun, which is race. I ran the race. The race is a thing that you are running or participating in. So Sarah and race are both nouns. If I look at my second one, I am happy. So I am a person. So I is a noun. So nouns, again, are people, places, and things, including ideas. And then speaking of ideas, emotions are also included. So if I say I am happy, happy is also a noun, a thing that you can feel. So I went ahead and circled all my nouns, all my people, places, and things. And we'll talk about next week, talk about subjects versus predicates. Nouns are also sometimes subjects of sentences, but right now we're just focused on what a noun is. So again, for the 5th or 6th time, nouns are people, places, and things, including ideas and emotions. And then we've got verbs. Verbs are actionable normally. There's different types of verbs. So basically, the verb is what you are doing or what the noun is doing in the sentence. And so in the first one where it says Sarah ran the race, the action, the thing that she is doing, Sarah did what, right? Sarah ran. So ran, I'll just put a box around that. Ran is going to be a verb. And then there's actually nothing that we're going to do with the. The is an article. It's just a connecting word. So Sarah ran the race. Sarah and race are nouns. Ran is the actionable verb in that sentence. In sentence number 2, I am happy. Even though you can't go am something, am isn't an action verb, but it is it's a verb called the form of being. So if you are something, that is also a verb. So a state of being verb, am. I am happy, right? If I would have said I could say I am feeling happy. Feeling is more of an action. But I and happy are nouns and am is a verb. So if you said like that is broken, is would be the verb in that sentence. I am happy, am is the verb in that sentence. But some are more obvious, like Sarah ran, Sarah jumped, Sarah spoke. Anything you can physically do is always going to be a verb. So again, pinks are nouns, orange squares are verbs. And then we're going to talk about direct and indirect objects. So I have a different sentence, and we'll do different colors. So my sentence is Katie threw Lisa the ball. So there's 2 types of objects in the sentence. There's a direct object and there's an indirect object. So Katie threw Lisa the ball. I know that Katie is my subject. It's the noun that the sentence is about. The sentence is about Katie. And she threw something. So Katie did something. She threw something. With a direct object, okay, so objects are things in the sentence, nouns in the sentence that aren't the main subject. So if Katie is our subject, Katie can't be, I'll just cross her out. Katie is our subject, so she's not going to be our object. But we have 2 other nouns in the sentence that aren't the subject. Our 2 other nouns in the sentence are Lisa and ball. One of which is going to be a direct object and the other is going to be an indirect object. Now, I used to have a hard time with this. I heard something that helped me a lot, and that is that the direct object answers the what in the sentence. So Katie threw what? Whatever the answer is to that is your direct object. So Katie threw something. What did Katie throw? If Katie threw the ball, that means that ball is going to be our direct object. So I'll go ahead and label that. So Katie threw the ball, which would be a fine sentence even if Lisa wasn't involved. Direct object. Okay. So the what, Katie threw the ball. So we know that ball is direct because it's what Katie is acting upon. What she threw was the ball. Now, the indirect object is the noun that is receiving or being impacted by the direct object. So Katie threw the ball. Well, who did that impact? Who is being affected by that direct object? And that is Lisa. So Lisa is an indirect object. Indirect. Right? She's not the direct object because Katie didn't throw Lisa. If Katie threw Lisa somewhere, then she would have been the direct object, but she threw the ball. So the ball is the direct object that is receiving the action from the verb in the sentence. And then Lisa is indirect, meaning she's participating, she's being impacted or affected by the ball being thrown, but she's not the subject like Katie, who the sentence is about, and she's not the thing being thrown. She's another object, noun in that sentence. So hopefully that was helpful. I hope that this video, along with reading your text from this week and possibly watching some of the other supplementary videos that I posted, will help you with that. If you need more examples, even after all of that, or it's not making sense to you, feel free to email me at jessicascott@trcc.edu.